The difference between a high-value man and an average man is in money, looks, or charm. It's what he chooses to reveal and what he never tells a woman. Weak men overshare. They talk too much. They try to impress women by spilling their emotions, their plans, their weaknesses. And in doing so, they lose their mystery, their power, and ultimately, her respect. A high-value man, he doesn't make that mistake. He understands one fundamental truth. The moment a woman knows everything about you, she stops feeling drawn to you. Think about it. Women are not attracted to men they can completely figure out. If she knows your next move, if she can predict your emotions, if she feels like she has you all wrapped up, she stops seeing you as a challenge. That's why the world's most successful men, from ancient Stoic philosophers to modern high achievers, all have one thing in common. They are strategic with their words. They never reveal too much. They never explain themselves unnecessarily, and they never put their emotions in a woman's hands. And yet most men today do the opposite. They text too much. They explain their actions. They reveal their weaknesses, hoping for comfort. And what happens? Women lose interest. They don't respect a man who needs validation. They don't admire a man who talks instead of acts. But here's where it gets even more powerful. This isn't just about women. It's about success, leadership, and power in every area of life. Because men who guard their thoughts, who keep their emotions in check, who maintain a quiet strength, these are the men who rise. So in this video, I'm going to reveal 5 things high-value men never tell women. These are the secrets that separate weak men from powerful men. The lessons that turn you from just another guy into a man she respects, admires, and can never quite figure out. 1. Never tell her your weaknesses. A high-value man understands this. The moment you expose your deepest weaknesses to a woman, she stops seeing you as strong. Society tells men to open up and be vulnerable because women claim they want emotional transparency. But here's the truth. Women admire strength, not struggle. They may comfort you in the moment, but deep down, something shifts. They start seeing you differently. The attraction fades. This doesn't mean you should be emotionless. It means you should be selective about what you reveal. If you're struggling financially, if you're feeling lost, if you're doubting yourself, telling her won't fix it, it'll only make her question you. She'll wonder, is this man really as strong as I thought? A strong man handles his struggles internally or with other men. He finds solutions, not sympathy. Imagine this. A guy is dating a woman he really likes. He's going through a tough time at work. His boss is pressuring him, and he feels like he's failing. One night over dinner, he spills everything. He tells her how overwhelmed he is, how stressed he feels, how he's not sure if he can handle it. At first, she listens. She nods. Maybe she even reassures him. But something changes. She starts pulling away. She texts less. She seems distant. Why? Because she no longer sees him as unshakable. The man she admired, the one who seemed in control, is now doubting himself. Instead, the high-value man never dumps his problems on her. He handles them. He talks to mentors, strategizes solutions, and keeps moving forward. And if he does mention an issue, he frames it as something he's already handling. He doesn't say, "I'm struggling at work." He says, "I've been dealing with a challenge, but I'm figuring it out." That's the difference. One keeps her respect. The other makes her question you. 2. Never tell her you need her. The moment you tell a woman, "I need you," you've already lost. A high-value man doesn't need anyone. He chooses who he allows into his life. Women are drawn to men who have options, who are complete on their own, and who see relationships as a bonus, not a necessity. Most men make the mistake of thinking that expressing how much they need a woman will make her feel special. In reality, it does the opposite. Neediness is unattractive. It signals weakness. It tells her that you're dependent on her for your happiness, and nothing kills attraction faster than that. Women don't want to feel like they're responsible for your emotional stability. They want to be with a man who is whole, confident, and self-sufficient. A man who enjoys her presence, but doesn't rely on it. Picture this. A man is dating a woman for a few months. Things are going well. But then he starts texting her more. constantly checking in, always asking when they'll see each other next. One day he says, "I don't know what I'd do without you." At first she smiles, but later she starts feeling a shift. She starts wondering, is this guy too attached? Why does he need me so much? She begins taking longer to reply. She cancels plans. Eventually she pulls away. Now imagine the opposite. Instead of saying, "I need you," he remains calm, focused on his own life. He makes plans, but he's not desperate for her time. She starts wondering, why isn't he chasing me? Does he even need me? And that's when she becomes more drawn to him. A high-value man never puts himself in a position where a woman thinks he can't function without her. He leads his own life. He lets her join it, but never become the center of it. 3. Never tell her your next move. Predictability is the fastest way to kill attraction. A high-value man understands that mystery creates desire. If a woman always knows what you're thinking, where you're going, and what you're planning, she stops feeling that deep curiosity about you. And once curiosity fades, so does interest. Too many men make the mistake of over-explaining themselves. They tell a woman everything, what they're working on, where they'll be, what their next goal is. They think this builds trust. In reality, it makes them boring. Think about the men women are naturally drawn to. They're not the ones who spill every detail of their plans. They're the ones who keep a little bit to themselves. The ones who leave women wondering, what is he up to? Where is this going? That sense of uncertainty keeps her hooked. This doesn't mean you should play games or be deceptive. It simply means you don't owe constant updates on your life. You don't have to tell her exactly where you see the relationship going. You don't have to explain every decision you make. You don't have to let her in on every personal goal before it's achieved. Powerful men move in silence. They don't seek permission. They don't ask for validation. They take action and let results speak for themselves. Women respect a man who is in control of his life, not one who constantly looks to her for direction. When you tell her your every move, she unconsciously starts leading the relationship because you've given her all the information. But when you hold back, when you stay just a little unpredictable, she remains invested, intrigued, and excited. Be a man of action, not words. The less you explain, the more powerful you appear. 4. Never tell her how much you like her. Too many men make the mistake of thinking that if they tell a woman exactly how much they like her, she'll appreciate it and feel the same way. Wrong. The moment a woman knows she has you, the chase is over. The mystery is gone. She no longer has to earn your attention because you've already handed it to her on a silver platter. And that's when she starts losing interest. Wake up. Women don't fall for the guys who worship them from the start. They fall for the ones they have to work for. The ones who aren't always available. The ones who make them wonder, does he like me as much as I like him? But what do most men do? They text too much. They compliment too much. They act like the relationship is the greatest thing that's ever happened to them. And then they wonder why she suddenly becomes distant. You smothered the attraction before it even had a chance to grow. This doesn't mean you should be cold or play games. It means you need to understand the psychology of attraction. Women are drawn to uncertainty. When she's unsure where she stands with you, she invests more. She thinks about you more. She feels more. High-value men don't overexpress their emotions. They let their actions do the talking. They stay present, enjoy the moment, but never lay all their cards on the table. Because once a woman knows exactly where she stands, the game is over. And if she didn't have to work for you, she won't value you. So stop making it too easy. Stop confessing your feelings too soon. Let her wonder. Let her chase. Let her earn you. 5. Never tell her you're trying to impress her. The moment a woman realizes you're trying to impress her, you've already lost. Women aren't attracted to effort. They're attracted to effortlessness. A high-value man doesn't seek approval. He doesn't chase validation. And he definitely doesn't put a woman on a pedestal, hoping she'll see him as good enough. But what do most men do? They brag. They flex. They drop hints about their money, their status, their achievements, thinking it'll make her see them as high value. In reality, it does the opposite. It screams insecurity. It shows her you're trying too hard. A truly confident man never has to prove himself. He just is. His presence, his energy, his way of moving through the world already tells her everything she needs to know. He doesn't need to convince her. She can feel it. Think about it. The men women go crazy over aren't the ones constantly telling them how great they are. They're the ones who act like they don't even need to be noticed. That quiet confidence, that self-assurance, it makes women chase. So stop overselling yourself. Stop seeking approval. You are the prize. The moment you understand that, your entire presence shifts. You become the man she can't help but respect. The moment a woman feels like she completely understands you, she stops desiring you. Weak men overshare, over-explain, and try too hard to prove their worth. High-value men let their actions speak. They remain a mystery, they move with purpose, and they never hand over their power by revealing too much. The key isn't to deceive women, it's to understand what maintains attraction. Women aren't drawn to the man who lays everything out on the table. They're drawn to the man who keeps them guessing, who remains a challenge, who never needs their validation. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. A high-value man doesn't beg for respect, he commands it. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever made the mistake of revealing too much? Did it change how a woman treated you? Drop your experiences in the comments, and I'll be checking in to see what you have to say.